All I know is I am not playing another ReThink game next. I could use a break. I'm sure I'll play the other ones, but I could use a break between them because I find it taxing. Go play an adventure game or go back to Portal custom maps for a bit or something. I basically play adventure games to decompress between difficult puzzle games because the adventure games are half narrative and usually there's only so many variables involved in a scenario, so it's like a chill out break for a while. Alright, that's a lot of white. Oh, they're back. They're back. Okay. 4 diamonds, 4 X's. And it all has to be white. And you're giving me a green and a purple. Are those my only lasers this time? In puzzle 40? Yes. Yes, they are. Okay. Diamonds and X's. So you need blue from this purple beam to reach you, at least in the X scenario. And then that same beam probably then has to come over to there as like one continuity. If you shoot it down here, there's nothing to catch it. There's nothing on the floor there. So if I'm shooting anything through here, it should be a white beam, basically. Meanwhile, if I fire you through here, nothing catches you. So this is gonna get weird very quickly. Okay, so green beam is being shot perpendicular to the shape of the entire map. And your intuitive thing would be to shoot it through the line of things. But in both cases, nothing will ever catch it. It'll just go into a wall, which means you can't make it go to the multiple places it needs to be. So, diagonals. That's where things get real messy. Okay. And also it has to get back here somehow. How is that gonna work? Because if I split you like this, you go into nothing, and then here. Does that break anything? Green, 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 green. No, I guess not. No, I guess green's already going where everywhere it needs to go now, huh? Maybe that's enough? Sure. So blue needs to go here and there, and also everywhere. And red has to go here, and also everywhere. We'll see. I'm guessing this is going to be a split point between the two. Oh, cool. It splits in the opposite way you'd want it to. Because you'd want red to go there. I wonder if it is better to do this. Is it helpful to split it here and then have the alternator send it elsewhere? Well, you are red, so I never want you to go that way. I mean, you're blue, so I never want you to go that way into the... just to pollute that thing and ruin all the colors and so on. Blue going there is good. If the right variation is the one where I do the teals. Except it doesn't solve the other one. You pretty much have to be a linear because there's no other way out of here. Huh. Nothing feels good yet. Which path do I want to go with this? Do I want to be redirecting a purple light back and forth? And then splitting it back here? Of course, it's always the opposite direction you'd want it to be in. So it's probably down here then. This at least gives me a blue beam on this side, red beam on that side. But they both have to be solved at the same time. These are both X's, so like blue has to also be going there somehow, and it goes into a wall here. So that's not helping me. And you can't shoot them all in a straight line because red and blue can't touch the that guy, or blue can't touch that guy. There's no way to shoot them in a straight line anyway, actually, so it doesn't really matter. No, yeah, red can't touch that one, so only green can go all the way through this line, the way it is on both sides. Meanwhile, you're probably supposed to catch all three. At least you're supposed to catch purple and then switch between the two of them like this. I wonder if I should be just doing that. Oh, right, because you're one of these. This might be a bit of a tell. At least the idea that maybe the left fork is supposed to be diamond and the right fork is supposed to be X, which is one of the things I need to establish. Although it seems to always be true. I think that was the pattern we established before, so it seems to consistently be true that left equals diamond, right equals X. Just need to figure out what else to do with this beam. Somehow red goes through both of you. I can't line you up. There's no pad on either side. At the same time, there aren't really splitters. I think you're the only one. So maybe you've been misapplied. Although a splitter wouldn't get both of these. They're diagonal. So that just adds to my problem list. At the same time, how do I solve both of you? Like, sure, left, right. I could just as easily come up with the opposite conclusion. Oh, wait, no, actually, no, the same conclusion. Left. Left. But it can only face one of the two directions. Which makes things interesting. I can see it being that when it's pointing at X, maybe the purple beam has to be coming from there. Which leads to double X. Then redirects to purple. But then when it redirects to purple, maybe I need to change it so that the beam comes from that side. But this is in the reverse direction. So if this is when it's pointing left, that's when it's pointing to X. Maybe that's when it has to point that way. Then it switches to coming from that side, but it's facing this way. Shit. I was trying to come up with a system where when it comes to here, it would go. Oh. No, I see. I see the idea here. You are in the way is the problem. It'll just go through. Cool. Alright, I'm back from a nice lunch. So now that I've had a chance to be away from the game for a bit, let's just see how I react. This is probably the easiest intro. And then my previous idea of doing this. This is stuff I've tried. Because I do think that splitting green equals good. Because then green gets to all of its destinations no matter what. And then we just have the prism pointing into two alternators. It might lead to something. The main issue is how do I clean up the edges here? Also, how do I get any of that to work, basically? As it goes right now, this guy points diagonally through both the X's. It's actually solving one of them. Okay. And that's happening because you are going into this guy, which means this is actually a teal beam, so this one point has all three. You going into this is bad, but if we're still running with the assumption that diamond equals left, then that doesn't matter because it's on right mode right now. Whereas when we go left, this goes into both the diamonds, helping solve them, and these are safe, so red can still reach them. How will red reach them? Working on that. Let's point red down here. That gets red to you. But then what? That has the first one open. So now diamond is open. When we switch, nothing's open on the other one. This one creates a problem because it's redirecting to there. But that just means that that guy can't reach there like it was before. Ooh. Oops. Oh, did I just solve it? That was the change. That was the change that happened. Because it wasn't reaching there anymore, but if I make it go here, then it will eventually reach up there. Meanwhile, that additionally solves the X all the way down here. Well, that part happened on accident. That part actually just happened on accident. Okay. So red goes through here, gets here, here. Redirects into both beams at once, meaning both of them are yellow. And both of them being yellow means that the blue can go through and solve the two that it needs to make the white part happen. Huh. It's one of those puzzles. The ones where when you make the correct, like, pleasing geometric shape of symmetry and whatnot, you almost kind of just stumble into it working. I think of the one from the first game where you kind of made a spiral. And then it just worked, basically. Oh, cool, we're back to 3. Okay. 3 linears, 4 splits, 1 prism, and 4 3-way alternators. Goody goody, and there's the next puzzle waiting for me down there. Is it the next one? No. Next one somewhere else. That's the next one. So, like, within line of sight, I think this is, like, approximately half of the remaining content in the game. I think this one has 44. Oh boy. Alright. This is always an interesting mess. Okay, so they gave me purple and green this time. That's the coupling. So most of the stuff down here is white, but this one's blue and red. So we're going to want to split you, because those need to have separately blue and red in them. So the two in the middle have to be solved at the same time, but then opposite ones have to be solved at the same time. So we don't have the cleanest like left to right breakdown at the moment if we are using prisms. Can't even redirect there, can I? Not quite. That's just a mess. Unproductively so. Wait, are you coming in here? Oh! Red, blue. They are separate. Interesting. Let's clean this up a bit. There we go. Now it's more clear what's happening. I didn't realize the second projector was there, and they're two different sources. Ah, now the weird symmetry makes a bit of sense. Yeah. Okay. So once again, I'm thinking, yeah. Left to right seems to be a continuous rule. Diamond equals left, X equals forward, triangle is right. They were nice enough to keep that as like a trend throughout the game. So green doesn't want to go to either of those places, but needs to go to the correct one of these places as we go on. I wonder if this is a correlation. It mostly just becomes a mess. This redirects into that, which means that it becomes a white beam, so the stuff that was solved before just isn't solved. This is mostly a corrupting force. I'm trying to solve this, meanwhile I'm aware that there's like a whole other puzzle over here to worry about. I'm just trying to see if I can find what to do with this one first. Right, pointing it through just means that the distant other ones just become a problem. If I shoot it through straight through, then it just corrupts both of these ones so that they can't be the single color they need to be. But there's no side swipe angle for green here. We're not getting that either. And it can't be the prism because the blue always comes out of the right side. And also I only have one of them. So I can't do this in both sides. Admittedly, all the white stuff is solved, at least in this particular configuration. Yeah. I'm not confident in that idea. Not confident in much, honestly. Could try all three sides. Boop. Where does this idea leave me? Are they all facing forward? Yeah. Fuck it, all four sides. I'm crazy. You don't know me. That's a disaster. It's mostly just, yeah, it's just white all the time. Yeah, it can't be a complete loop. Let's see. It's forward, right, left, right? So when we're on left mode where we should be trying to do diamonds, that's white. That's blue. That's all you'd really want. Center should be X's. So I need a way to split these. Now X's are solved. Triangles. That's going to red. This is going to white. Yeah. That's doable. Now I need to figure out what to do with the beam that comes out, I guess. It's chaos. Those are 3 different beams. Whatever it does, it has to point at platforms at least, so that this all can go somewhere. Alright, so what are we trying to do here? Boom! RGB separately. In the left condition, apparently. So, in diamond mode, it's supposed to just go. Is it better over here? No. Maybe here. Maybe I can work with this. That's getting diamonds solved. Then things get crazy! Alright, that's hard to salvage. You're here. So this is middle mode. Blue's going to an odd spot. So blue is supposed to, I mean, middle is supposed to be X. So white and purple. Middle's the somewhat interesting one where I have all 3 colors to work with. Whereas the other ones just spit out a white beam right now. Which means they have to go through the prism so I can work with them. Let's see what it takes to solve the right one. So to solve diamond, I just need this one to be white. But I need a way of making it white. Doesn't require breaking everything. Could these back directions be interesting? There's ways of catching them back here. But like, I can't like catch this and throw it diagonally because that's just... Those just are the primary colors. I don't want to mix them. There's no diagonal to this guy. Admittedly, the only triangle in this row is white, so I could set it up so that these lasers somehow like gather here, and maybe this guy only points them in that direction in that state. Be right now, like only in that state they'll get sent back. I don't have any linears left though, so I can't like redirect them very well. Without using something I don't have a lot of in the first place. Like it just escapes. That's one variation. Send it to the right when it's white, coming from this side, which is because it only needs to go to that one spot. I guess now the question is there a variation where I can get these to go where I want? So X's, this has to be white, that has to be purple. In order for that to happen, probably need to split red. That's the purple taken care of. As far as red is concerned. That's closer, right? Red goes through purple, red, yeah, that's everywhere, that's almost there. So this needs blue and that needs blue. Do I just split you also? Yeah. Solved. What a mess. I was already bad enough with mirror puzzles before they started being like, solve the quantum mirror puzzle. It's 3 puzzles in once. Every time you observe it, it changes its answer.